So I got to work with good Sir Sean Harris. He is a wonderful gentleman who I bothered. He came to the pet store, and I was asking some questions about some home automation I was trying to do. I was trying to set up like Arduinos and motors to go ahead and like automatically roll my blind curtains and unlock my door and lock it over Wi-Fi. Back before, it was mainstream. There wasn't any third-party thing you could buy. Kind of had to make it yourself using like servos.
So this was like pre-Raspberry Pi or something like that?
This is pre-Raspberry Pi.
Oh, hi.
Not much before, but it was pre-Raspberry Pi.
Oh, hi.
So using like Zigbee protocols to go ahead and have lightweight, efficient wireless data transfer inside a small area. That's
cool.
Super fun. So I asked him those questions, and he was like, "What are you again? What are you doing?" I was like, "I work at a pet store." Hooray. And he asked if I wanted to do some work with him. So this was actually very interesting. It was freelance IT. And we did it together. He was kind of the one that scouted out the jobs, and then we'd kind of go places he'd send me, or I'd find a job, I'd go take it, or we'd go somewhere together.
It was like an apprenticeship almost, right?
Yeah. No, I think that was my first big boy job. But I went to a lot of interesting places. It really did just anything. Like we went to, goodness gracious, what was that? It was like the Padres Stadium, baseball stadium, San Diego.
I'm not sure.
I'm not, forgive me.
This is not a quiz. You're okay.
Okay, good. Where we're installing all of the wireless charging units and charging boxes in the stadium. And so we get to go there before the stadium's open and install all of these tables and units in the walls, and it's very fun. I got to go on a baseball field all myself. I probably shouldn't have, but it was very cool.
One of the perks.
Yeah, one of the perks of being in that stadium all by yourself. I got to do, it's a lot of like cable dropping, data mining, like pulling cables out, and we got to sell them, which is nice for copper recycling plants. You make a pretty good money back then.
That's pretty cool. I think people still make good money off of ripping copper out and stuff like that.
I was paid to do it, and I got to sell it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So are you saying that the wires were going through copper piping?
Yeah. So all the Ethernet cables. So when you have like an office building, you have to set up a lot of the cabling inside the building to go ahead and get wired Ethernet to each of the units. So if you had like a bunch of people at like desks, you want to have dropped cables over there. So one of the tasks that I do is somebody would come into purchasing a location, and they want to rip out all of the old cabling and replace it with new cabling. And so we'd be able to go there, take it all out, shove it in my little Honda Civic, and then drop all new cable. So that way we can make sure that it's the right number of lines. There's no problem, because a lot of times we'll pull cables and we'll see like a rat's nest of like knotted, cut, chewed
just
through.
Poor craftsmanship of the last people who put it in.
Yeah, either poor craftsmanship or just like maybe like rodents, just kind of messing things up. And so we just kind of straightened it up, cleaned it up, new, like going from like Cat 5 to Cat 6 if necessary, whatever the client wanted. So we did a lot of that.
Now wait, I've seen that bundled up when people drop in new lines and wires and stuff like that, but I didn't know they went through copper.
Yeah, it's all copper cabling. It's like the blue cable.
Yeah.
You see like a forgive me if this is inappropriate, but that's like a Reddit cable porn.
No, that's totally fine.
It's a wonderful subreddit where it shows magnificent cabling jobs.
It's like beautifully done. Yeah, I've seen people actually do that on the job, and I'm like, wow, that took some time. But it works well.
It takes some time if you want to do it well. And I actually really like doing that. That was a lot of fun, especially when you have like this just one tube of just the cable just like dropping down into the server room.
Yeah,
and just everything lines up perfectly.
That's awesome. But those rooms have to stay like super cold, right?
A lot of data centers will have AC units to go ahead and keep them cool. Some don't. That's fine. Future Ryan actually got to work in right next to the data center in Daybreak Games, and that one, if the AC unit wasn't on, that could jump up to over 130 degrees air temperature, just ambient air temperature.
And that's when stuff just starts shutting off and stuff, right?
Things start melting, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's hot.
That's pretty crazy. So you did this for 3 years. So it was you and one other person, and you guys, it was like entrepreneurship. He found the work, and you guys just went out and
the small businessy. We just kind of, I guess, not more entrepreneurship. We just found the jobs, and it was all over Southern California. So we went everywhere.
That's awesome.
Done from Las Americas up to like Long Beach, Palm Desert, Palm Springs. It was whatever there was work, and I just kind of did that when I had time between pet store and school.
Now, in doing that, did you learn on the job for that role you had, or did the things you did in college prepare you a little bit for it at all?
It was 100% on the job. It's Sean taught me what I could. Like this. Forgive me for laughing. It's like I learned how to drive a scissor lift on my own.
Oh, that's funny. That's cool. What's a scissor lift? I don't know what that is.
So it's like those carts that have the so like you want to reach something on the ceiling, right?
Okay.
So it's a little cart. You hop in it, and it extends out this way.
Oh, does it have like the thing that's like this, and they just keep accordion like?
It's an accordion, and you just go up, and then you do the thing in the ceiling, and you drop it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun learning how to drive that. I got to learn how to drive forklifts and stuff.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Had a lot of fun, but yeah, Sean taught me most of what I had to do there. He was a really good mentor in making sure that I was good at what I did, and we had a lot of fun together too. So that was that bonus.